What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Take Podcast. I am your host, Jackson Burleson, and in today's episode, we're going to be breaking down my top 10 point guards in the NBA right now. So make sure to listen to this episode. Do not click out of it. Do not close any applications. Stay right here. But before we get into this episode, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment and share what you guys think, and make sure everyone sees this video because this is the best list, top 10 point guard list ever. And then make sure to go check out the take.sport.blog. That's going to be in the bio, where I write a bunch of sports articles. So make sure to go check that out. And then the Spotify version will be available in the description. So make sure to go click the link in the description for that. And then follow my social medias. The links will be in the description for that, but I'm going to pop them on the screen. So go ahead and go follow so you do not miss out on any more episodes. But let's go ahead and get into this episode. So top 10 point guards, you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and start this list out with number 10, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Oklahoma City standout point guard. He's a 6'6" point guard. He's very long. He's very good on the defensive end of the basketball. I mean, he's just good at blocking shots. He's good at reaching in, stealing the ball. I mean, that's one of his strengths as well. But on the offensive end, I mean, he's so smooth in the pick and roll. He's got a really deadly floater. He can shoot it from anywhere. He's a good passer. He has very good court vision. He's just good at getting his team involved. I mean, he makes everyone around him better, which is very good for good point guards in this league. I mean, he's been having a breakout season. I mean, he's averaging 31 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. I mean, there's nothing you can really say for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander besides he's a guaranteed all-star this year, and he's definitely a top 10 point guard now, and he's proving it this year. So I got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander at number 10 to start off my list. Now, number 9, I got De'Aaron Fox. Now, the only knock on De'Aaron Fox's game is not his game. It's because he's on the Kings. They're a terrible team. He literally has no help. He has to do everything himself. I mean, it's just super annoying. If De'Aaron Fox was on any other team in the NBA, he would be winning games. But since he's on the Kings, they're not going to do well. They're always going to be a borderline play-in team, which is very frustrating for him because he's a very good player, and he's been in this league for a long time, and he's ready to win games. But, I mean, he's John Wall 2.0. He's very good in transition. He's so fast. He can literally get by anybody to get to the basket. I mean, it's just super hard to stop this guy. And he's got good mid-range game. I mean, he's just really evolved that mid-range game since he's came into the league. I mean, he's always had a good floater when he was in Kentucky. But since he's came into the league, he's really evolved that floater and really evolved his post game a little bit for his spin away, fade away. I mean, those are really two things in his game that he's added a lot. But, I mean, I just want to see De'Aaron Fox win. I mean, he is a good passer as well, but I just want to see De'Aaron Fox win. I mean, he's too good of a player to not see him win games. It's just kind of getting annoying for me. I don't like him on the Kings. I wish he could go somewhere else, but his loyalty lies too much within the city of Sacramento. But I got De'Aaron Fox at number 9 on my list. And at number 8, I got Darius Garland. Darius Garland, he is a super fun player to watch. He's Kyrie Irving 2.0. Just the way, he'll, drive to the basket. He'll do behind the back, spin move, fadeaway jumper. I mean, those are moves Kyrie Irving was doing when he was on the Cavaliers. And he's giving me flashes of him. But he's a very good passer. I think he's a better passer than Kyrie. And he's got a really good floater when he goes to the basket. He's good at creating space off the dribble. And he's good in transition. He's good at those three-pointers in transition, stop and pop. I mean, he can shoot it from anywhere. But him creating his own shot off the dribble is probably what makes him the most dangerous because no one can really guard him when he does that. He can shoot it from anywhere. I mean, this Cavaliers team is good, and he is a main reason why this Cavaliers team has a chance to compete for Eastern Conference Finals berth this year. I mean, him and Donovan Mitchell are a very good backcourt. I mean, they're one of the best backcourts in the entire NBA. So make sure to watch out for Darius Garland this year. He's been killing it. He's been balling out. He's averaging 21 points per game, and he has 7 assists per game this year, which is very good. His stats have went up already from last year. And he's got a lot of veteran guys around him that could teach him the game. Like Kevin Love, he's a good passer, even though he's a big man, but he can kind of help Darius Garland see the floor better. So I like Darius Garland in Cleveland, and I like him at number 8 on this list. At number 7, Trae Young. We all know Trae Young is Steph Curry 2.0. This guy can literally pull it up from 40 feet. But he is a very good passer as well. I mean, that's one part of his game that's honestly very underrated and doesn't get appreciated as much is his passing. I mean, Trae Young is a very good passer. He's averaging 10 assists a game this year on top of his 27 points. And he is on the Hawks, which the Hawks are a good team. I mean, they got DeJounte Murray. Excuse me. Sorry for not mispronouncing his name. But, yeah, they got Murray and Trae Young in the backcourt, which is, you know, that's a dangerous duo in the Eastern Conference. But I saw a pass that Trae Young had against the Pacers. I mean, basically at the half-court line, he kind of just threw an alley-oop from half-court. Like, what the heck is going on here? Like, you are throwing an alley-oop from half-court. I mean, that's some legendary stuff that you're doing there. And I love watching Trae Young play. I mean, he's so entertaining to watch. He's one of the best point guards in the game. And I got him at number 7 on my list. And at number 6, I got Damian Lillard. Now, I feel like people have been forgetting about Damian Lillard and how good of a player Damian Lillard is. He's still averaging 27 points per game and 7 assists. Even though he is on Portland, and Portland can't really seem to do anything, and I think he's wasting his time in Portland. That's just my personal opinion. I really don't think he should be a Portland Trailblazer for the foreseeable future. Like, if he wants to win a championship, he needs to go somewhere else to win a championship. Damian Lillard in Portland is just not the place to win a championship. But, I mean, this guy has unlimited range as well. I mean, there's a lot of players on this list that have a lot of unlimited range. But Damian Lillard, you know, he's a good leader. And one of the characteristics about his game is that he's a good passer as well. I mean, a lot of people don't really appreciate his passing. They just see him scoring. They just see him doing, you know, the step-back threes and, you know, getting to the basket. He's a very good passer. And he's good in transition. I mean, his transition three is probably one of the best in the NBA besides Steph Curry. But Damian Lillard, I got him at number 6 on my list. And at number 4, I got Ja Morant. Now, Ja Morant, this guy has been absolutely insane this year. He's been insane. Like, he's one of the most athletic point guards I've ever seen in my life. I mean, this guy literally has acrobatic tools like you've never seen. I mean, he'll have the ball, like, starting, like, right here, and then he'll kind of, like, wind up, and he'll do, like, a 360, like, windmill layup. I mean, he's just showing stuff that you would never see from NBA players. Like, you just don't see that. I mean, he's got the total package. I mean, he's got Kyrie Irving layup package, and then he's got Russell Westbrook athleticism. I mean, and then you put that all together, and you get Allen Iverson. This guy literally has so many shades of Allen Iverson, it's not even funny. And, like, Ja Morant is so good that the Grizzlies are in first place in the West because of him. If the Memphis Grizzlies did not have Ja Morant, imagine where this team would be. Just imagine where this team would be. They would be a terrible basketball team. I'm not saying they would be out of the playoffs, but they would not be as good as they are now. That's how good Ja Morant is. And Ja Morant needs to be in the MVP conversation. I mean, he has the potential to win MVP this year. Just the things he's doing for this team. I mean, he makes this team so much better. I mean, he's a great passer. He's very good on defense. He has insane recovery and transition defense. When the Memphis Grizzlies make a mistake and he's like probably like 10 feet behind a defender, he can literally catch the guy and block his shot easily. I mean, it just doesn't come that hard for Ja Morant. It's such a great story coming out of Murray State, number 2 pick. No one really knowing if he could really play or not in the NBA, and his game is translated perfectly. And I can't wait to see Ja Morant in the playoffs once again because he is showstopper. He is box office. But another guy who I got at number 3 above Ja Morant is Kyrie Irving. Now, this guy is box office. He has the best ball handling I've ever seen in my life. I think he has the best handles of all time. But Kyrie Irving, I mean, he's having a great season. You know, he's kind of tuning out all the noise from the media and everything that's been going on with him in the past. I mean, he's doing a good job of tuning that stuff out. But he's averaging 26 points a game, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, I wish his assist numbers were a little more up, but I know how Kyrie Irving is. He's not a passing point guard. He doesn't share the ball. But he's been doing really good on the Nets this year. And I think the Nets have a legit shot to win a championship this year with him in the way Kevin Durant and him have been playing. together this year. But I mean, a lot of things were going on with Kyrie Irving. He wanted to be traded, and the fact that he's still a Brooklyn Net is honestly amazing to me. I thought he was going to be absolutely gone this offseason. But Kyrie Irving, I mean, he's just so crafty at the rim. I mean, he can do so many different things to kind of fake a defender out. I mean, he's got a lot of moves he can go to. I mean, Kyrie Irving is probably the most skilled player in NBA history. Just the amount of things he could do with the basketball. I mean, he's a magician. Like, this guy is you're not stopping him. I mean, he's the most unguardable player in the NBA besides Steph Curry, because Steph Curry can pull it from anywhere. But Kyrie Irving, I mean, his handles will make you slip and fall any day of the week. And I got Kyrie Irving at number 3. And at number 2, I got Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic is MVP right now. MVP. I don't care about Jason Tatum. Luka Doncic is my NBA MVP. Last night, you guys, he dropped 60 points, 21 rebounds, and 10 assists. 10 assists. That is a triple-double no one has ever seen. And if a guy has a nickname with Luka Magic in it, that is saying something. Because, first of all, no one has had a nickname with Magic in it since Magic Johnson. Make that process through your head for a second. He has literally been unreal this year. I mean, he's so patient. He's not the most athletic guy on the court at all. He's not the most athletic guy on the court. But he is so patient. He's very good at attacking the angle. He is very good at passing. I mean, I've seen those passes where he'll like drive to the basket, act like he's shooting kind of a fadeaway jumper. He'll go like this. He'll be like, oh, like what? Like, I've never seen that pass before. Like, and that's going to change the game. Like, I feel like a lot of guys are going to start doing that pass just because of Luka doing it. He's got a lethal step back jumper. I mean, no one can even stop that, even though he barely gets off the ground on his jumper. And then I don't know, like he's just such a big point guard. Like, he's just super good at using his body. Like, like the angle, like you said, like he'll use his body to get a certain angle at the basket. I mean, it's just unbelievable what this guy does. I mean, these European point guards coming in are just so skilled. They're not athletic, but they're so skilled. And he's amazing in the pick and roll. He just knows where to put the ball. I mean, it's just his IQ is unmatched. Like, he has such a high IQ for the game. It's like he knows like what's going to happen before it happens. I mean, he's got LeBron James type characteristics when it comes to that. I mean, he knows the game. He's playing chess on the basketball court when everyone else is playing checkers and trying to figure out the next thing to do. He's already knows what the next thing's coming up. He's just trying to figure out 3-4 moves ahead so he can get by you, outsmart you, because that's what he's really good at. I mean, he's good at outsmarting everyone on the basketball court, and he continues to do it. Now, the only knock on Luka is not his game. His game is perfect. But the Mavericks don't have any help around Luka. He can't really win. He's proven he can make deep runs in the playoffs. Last year, he went to the Western Conference Finals with no help. He's proven that he can win without another superstar. But get another superstar player alongside him, which honestly, I think a small forward would be a perfect player to go alongside him. They need a slashing guy he can lob the ball up to. I mean, honestly, Kevin Durant would be perfect. Him and Luka on the same team would be a perfect combination. That would be deadly. Him and LeBron would be pretty good. What's another player that would be really good alongside Luka? I'm trying to think. I can't think of another guy, but they definitely need another player alongside Luka. Like, they can't just not continue to give him help. I think Karl-Anthony Towns would be a pretty good piece alongside Luka. That would be a very good piece. Rudy Gobert would have been a pretty decent piece. I mean, you just need a defensive anchor down there that Luka can throw the ball up to. But I'm really looking forward to watching Luka the rest of the year. I mean, seriously, like, he's the most entertaining player in the NBA to watch for me personally. And I was really tempted to put him at number 1 on this list, but I had to respect Steph Curry. Steph Curry is the greatest point guard of all time. He's the greatest point guard of all time. He's the greatest shooter man has ever created. I mean, this season, the Warriors haven't been doing too hot, but he's still been balling out, averaging 30 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Now, he is dealing with a shoulder injury right now that's going to have him out for a while, but when he comes back, the Warriors need to start figuring it out because they have not been that good this year. I mean, Steph Curry, he's doing his thing. I mean, he's pulling up from 40 feet. He's got really good defensively. I will say that. I mean, he's really, really improved defensively. He's gotten a lot stronger. He's very good at using his body now. I mean, a few years ago when he was it was like 2015 finals, that was his first finals ever. He was so skinny, but now he's he's put on some weight and he's gotten in the gym. He's done a lot of work to his body, which I'm very impressed with. I mean, Steph Curry, that's one thing that Steph Curry's really improved upon is his body and making sure he can take the physicality of this game. And he's an athletic guy. I mean, honestly, his layup package is very underrated for a guy who's known for shooting. But we don't even need to talk about his shooting. I mean, the reason he's number one on this list is because he is the greatest point guard to ever step on a basketball court. Yes, over Magic Johnson. Yes, I said that. Steph Curry is the greatest. Steph Curry, I think he's better than LeBron James. In this generation, I think Steph Curry is the greatest player in this generation. The fact that he's changed this game so much, he literally made the NBA a 3-point game. That's how much he changed the game. Like before Steph Curry blew up, the 3-point shot wasn't really a huge part of teams' game plans. Now, teams shoot the 3-point shot at a very high volume every single night. Regardless of if that's your strength or not. They shoot it at a very high volume. And that's because of Steph Curry. He changed the game. Just like Jordan changed the game. Steph Curry is doing the same thing. He's doing something that Jordan did. And that is something you can't really say about LeBron James. LeBron James, he's a good player. I mean, he does a lot of things well. But he didn't do anything to change the game. He didn't do anything to change the game. I mean, he's like Magic Johnson that can score. That's literally how LeBron is. Steph Curry, he changed the game. Now, I don't know if it's for the good, but he definitely changed it. But this is my top 10 point guards list, you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think, if you would change anybody out and plug somebody else in. But this is going to go ahead and do it for today's episode of the Take Podcast. I'm Jackson Burleson. Make sure to go follow my social medias. I'm going to pop them up on the screen. Hit the subscribe button. Give me a like on this video. And then comment and share once again what you thought of this list. Check out the take.sport.blog. Link will be in the description for that. And then check out the Spotify version. It'll be in the description as well. And then my social medias, they'll be in my description, like I said. But I'm your host, Jackson Burleson. And this has been another episode of the Take Podcast. She's a